let's join the Primetime Sports team right here on WGNS and Big G TV.
All right, do not check your clocks. It is not 6 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. We got bumped up, and we're glad to be here. Clark Blair with Rod Edwards in the house. Danny Brewer is going to be calling in later, about 6:15. We got some, I'm going to wait just a second, but we got some pretty big news, Rod.
We do.
We got some pretty big news. I don't want to mess it up in the welcome intro section, but got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm actually going to throw out, we're going to talk a little World Series. We're going to talk some basketball, actually, believe it or not, as we get closer and closer to November. We got teams winning. I got to talk about the terrible game I watched Saturday night against Alabama. I mean, you're going to win, you can talk. If you lose, you got to talk.
That's right.
And
you got to face the bullet.
You gotta say what you gotta say, and I got a lot to say. We'll see if I can squeeze it in tonight. Ideas Tees is our sponsor. They're the place in Rutherford County for school spirit wear, screen printing, embroidery, and more. Visit them at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from the school off Memorial. You can also shop for officially licensed MTSU Blue Raider gear from Raider Tees, polos, hats, and more at their showroom at 111 East MTCS Road. Ideas Tees can put your logo on just about anything. Stop by and see how they can help you promote your favorite team, your workplace, or organization. Learn more at ideastees.com.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard Heating and Air products, Fans will do it all. Sell you your choice of products and then install it with their factory-trained, experienced professionals.
Frustration many are feeling is real and justified. Kenneth Barrett said that after the county commission denied raises for deputies this year, and as sheriff, fair pay will be a top priority.
We need to figure out how we can get ours comparable to other agencies and start communication with the county commission to try to get less steps at a higher percentage.
With nearly 30 years at the sheriff's office, Barrett brings servant leadership, accountability, transparency, and fairness. Learn more at KennethBarrettForSheriff.com.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, J.M. Stewart Treasurer.
Details so you can focus on what really matters.
Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees on 1019, 100.5, 1450, wgnssports.com, and Big G TV.
All right, we're back on this Thursday night with Primetime Sports. Clark Blair, Rod Edwards. We have a state champion to announce, Rod.
We do. And it is the Cougars from
Middle Tennessee Christian School.
And we're really proud of them. That's a team that's been there the last 4 years. They finished they fourth and third twice. Never did get to the championship game, but they've been a repeater. But when they got there, they did it all.
A great group of seniors. They won today 3-1 over Silverdale. Finished their season 33-3. Coach Nicole Burks, her second season as the head coach. 66-8. That's a pretty good record over 2 seasons.
It is, and congratulations to Jada Burns. She was voted MVP of the championship game. Had 27 kills. That's like a 2 or 3 night work job that she's done in one game. So it was an outstanding game. Of course, you also have to give credit to her setter then too. That I can't find her now.
Well, there were 6 seniors that closed their careers as champions. You talked about how close they've been the last 4 years. So these girls have probably most likely stayed together. Already mentioned Jada Burns, Anna Clay Shirley, Maddie Box, Bailey Culpepper.
That's the setter, had 44 assists today. So that's an outstanding number, too.
Yep,
in one
she
game.
just stuck it up there for Jada to knock it right down. Addison Burks and Addison Sane. Congratulations, those 6 ladies. So we decided that since every game has someone who provides a foundation for success, these are our Smyrna Ready Mix Concrete Solid performers. These 6 seniors and, of course, the Middle Tennessee Christian volleyball team, along with Coach Burks, they're going to get this recognition as SRM Concrete Solid performers. SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known. So good job, ladies.
Yes. In fact, Miss Burks, their head coach, was their middle school coach. And then she moved up with the girls as the new head coach. And it shows what can happen when a whole group stays together as they progress. And they got to really experience the growth of each one as a teammate and just getting better and better. And we don't have that. Somebody was from this school, somebody was from that school coming in, and so this was the purity of sports when you think about it.
Well, and I'm excited for the Anna Clay, the Shirley girl. She tore her ACL, missed part of basketball season, missed the beginning of volleyball season. She's back, and that I know her and her family are very proud. Congratulations to them. You mentioned about smaller school, you got to maintain kids, you got to keep them together, which is going to lead me, Rod, right into tomorrow's championship game, which is
the Eagle Bowl Eagles.
The Lady Eagles are taking, believe it or not, in kindergarten, Gornsville out of Smith County. Gornsville only has 1 loss on the season. They play tomorrow at Murphy Center at 1 o'clock, which means if you want to go to Eagleville to eat, you probably can do that tomorrow because nobody's going to be there.
It'd be first, second, and third in line.
That's exactly right. I don't know. They may shut down those places to eat, whether you go to the pasta place or the Mexican place. I mean, the lines there, they're long if you've ever been to Eagle to eat. They're really good. But tomorrow around lunchtime, you might get you a spot because all of Eagleville is going to be at Murphy Center tomorrow. So good luck to those ladies.
Right. And they've also been to the state tournament several times. And, I mean, I used to coach Blackman Middle School, and our girls would work as ball girls for the tournaments and was there, and Eagleville was always there. But this is a chance for their first championship.
First championship.
It's only the second time, I think 1999, they made the championship game.
Yep.
And ended up second. So this could be another first, a team that's been striving, but this may be the one. And so far, they haven't allowed any sets going to the opponent. They beat Merrill High 3-0 and South Green 3-0. So good luck, Lady Eagles.
Yep. So I mean, we'd love to announce and congratulate those ladies next week. Other volleyball action. A lot of teams were in it for a while. PCA traveled to Morristown this past week and into their season. Siegel lost in the quarterfinals to Summit, got in the consolation bracket, lost to Clarksville. Blackman lost in the semifinals to Brentwood, and they lost to Clarksville. We don't like you, Clarksville, anymore. You knocked out Siegel and Blackman.
Right, that would surprise me. We haven't had that many good teams from the West part, because you could say they're kind of West Middle, but that was a surprise. Now, we had the usual Williamson County in the finals,
Right.
Summit and Brentwood has won 17 state titles.
That's just crazy. I mean, but they've got,
yeah.
A lot of kids will play high school and then they'll travel. And I know a lot of kids that go that way and play with teams out of Brentwood.
Right. And basically, if you get on their volleyball, you don't play any other sports because you're going to be traveling most of the off season.
All right, let's move to women's soccer. Tonight, Region 4 AAA Siegel is traveling to Stewart's Creek. Stewart Creek has not lost this season. They're sitting at 17-0-2. Siegel's 5th straight year in the region championship, so trying to get to the next group. The winner will play at home, loser on the road. Central Magnet in 4AA is going to Tullahoma tonight at 6:30. Sectional, so they'll play tonight. Sectionals are on Saturday. State tournament in Chattanooga is next week. One other fall sports note, Rob, we've got a lot of local kids who committed recently to go on further their career.
Okay, yeah. And these are all we have right now are girls from the girls' sports are predominant during the fall season. And, it's been a good year. We had the Central Magnet, their golf team had second in state. We've already got one championship, possibly another championship, at least second with Eagleville at the minimum. So because of that, we have several girls that are going on to the next level. And we have Alexis Cipriano. She is PCA's women's golf. She's going to the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Maisie Bailey, Siegel women's golf. She's going to Freed Hardeman out in West Tennessee. Anna Ray Blackman, volleyball. She's going to Jacksonville State in Alabama. It's part of the same conference the MTSU is in. We know they're a pretty good football team year after year.
They're coming to town next week.
That's right. So that's a big one, a good advertisement there. Let's put that in there. Good job, Clark. Okay, Molly Teague, who was our leading player in our area last year, then took Blackman 2 years in a row to the state tournament. She will be going to Appalachian State. And by the way, she is the younger sister of Master Teague, known Blackman running back and Ohio State running back. Jordan Creasy, Blackman volleyball, is going to Sewanee, which is an NCAA Division III school. Sadie Kroger, PCA volleyball, is going to Xavier. I think that's the one up close to the Chicago area. Okay, and Elena Creasy, Riverdale volleyball player, is going to Ashbury, Kentucky, NCAA Division III. Katie Madison, Bjornstad, from PCA, is volleyball, basketball. She's going to do. I guess she's going to do both. So that's going to be busy when you get to the next level. It's going to Sanford. A really solid program that they have all around in all their sports. But Sanford says she's going to do women's basketball. Okay, so good. I mean, it's rough to do.
She's probably tall like her brother. Her brother was like 6'5", 6'6".
She is, yes. Yeah. Okay, and in fact, looks like she didn't play on the volleyball team this year, so she probably just is zeroing in on the one that's going to take her to the next level. Lake and Haley, Rockville's going to cross country and track, is going to Tennessee Tech. And Rockville's pulled out some really good track people. We have one young man who won the U.S. championship in the hurdles, and he went to the Worlds. I never saw the results on the Worlds, though. Hopefully he did well. I'm sure he did. And Malia Lawrence from Blackman women's soccer is going to Motlow State Community College. Not too far away. Mom and Dad be able to go see that and don't have to travel so far.
That's true. So mom and dads are happy, maybe getting a little college paid for, play a little ball. All those, like you mentioned earlier, all of those trips, all those practices, AAU, high school. I mean, hopefully it's paying off.
Yes.
Hopefully paying off.
Get a little bit back for all that work.
Get a little bit back for all that work and do that. All right, so Danny Brewer is on the phone. He's down in Smyrna. Dr. Automotive was a little busy today, couldn't make it down. Danny, it's good to have you. Let's talk a little. I know you've got some stuff about horsing around tonight.
Oh, absolutely right. Yeah, we've got 1 week, or a little over 1 week to the Breeders' Cup. Breeders' Cup is next Friday and Saturday, but this Saturday is a big day at Keeneland, it's closing day at Keeneland. We've got 3 stakes races. The Haggard Fayette is that's the centerpiece of it. That's the biggest race of the day. 11 3-year-old males and up going a mile and an eighth for their share of $350,000. But this is a prep for the Grade 1 Clark, which is running in November at Churchill. But very competitive race. You got the Dubai World Cup winner, Hit Show. He won the Dubai World Cup back in March, and it's like a $15 million race, And then you've got Gosger that finished second in the Preakness that's running in it. You've got Rattle and Roll that won the Clark last year. Very competitive. Be a very good day at Keeneland on Saturday, and that all leads up. Next week is the Breeders' Cup, and that's the World Thoroughbred Championships, and they'll be running that out there at Del Mar, and God willing, I'll be there.
Oh, that sounds nice. Talking about Keeneland, you can keep up with Keeneland from Danny. He's got an article on Forbes. Keeneland, a showcase for the sport of kings, not the sport of, like we said, principles. Not at all.
You're a king in your kingdom there, Clark. I mean, come on now. See, and the beauty of all this is this sport can be low risk, high yield. You throw a little bit out there, you can win a whole lot.
Win a whole lot. Well, you sent me that other thing about Breeders' Cup Late Pick 4. Was that with the nice payout you got?
Yeah, I did hit the Late Pick 4 last year at Breeders' Cup. I think we had about a $96 ticket, and it paid $5,300. So that was a very nice score on the Late Pick 4. But the Late Pick 4 can pay really, really well. And the beauty of the Breeders' Cup is it's the World Championships. It's the best of the best in every division. So, like, your best female sprinters, your best female distance horses, your best male sprinters, your best male grass horse, all of them come together from all over the world. I think they're going to be represented from 5 different continents. Will gather there. The North America, South America, Asia, Europe, and South Africa, I believe, is where we've got horses coming from. So it's the best of the best. So what that means is big fields and very good competition. So, for instance, last year, what keyed the nice payout for us was Full Serrano. You got him at 18-1 in the dirt mile. Normally, I mean, he's like 2-1. Or he ran in a race at Santa Anita about a month ago or so, and he was like he was like 4-5. Where on that day he was 18-1 because the competition is so good. So that means you get really good odds on really good horses, and what that translates to is very large payouts.
Very nice. Hey, Danny, I'm going to transition you for a second. I got about 3 minutes in this section. Talk about, because I know you're going to be there tomorrow night probably, Rutherford County's second oldest rivalry. It's WGNS game, Laverne at Smyrna. Yeah,
the Battle of North Rutherford County has long been, it's been very one-sided, but there has been a lot of good games and lots of excitement. I think back to the 90s when, I had nicknames for some of these games. There was a mysterious flag game, and it looked like Laverne was going to win. Then all of a sudden, there was a holding call that got a touchdown call back, and Smyrna wins 12-7. Then, there was the miracle fourth quarter rally by Smyrna. They scored 2 touchdowns in like the last 6 minutes to win 19-18 on the last play of the game. The fumble when Rashad House got hit by Ashley Hunter and coughed up the ball, and Smyrna got it and went down and scored and won. And then a few years back, the Bannister boy, who was quarterback for Smyrna, led Smyrna. They had 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to come back. They were down like 35-14 at one time and come back and won the game, with the last-second touchdown. There have been a lot of really, really highly competitive games. Laverne has always been on the short end except for one time, but still, it's always been lots of great competition. And it just kind of gets the juices flowing here in North Rutherford County.
Well, and we've talked about, the struggles Laverne's had this year, 0-8, but nothing would make the Wolverines happier than getting that win at Smyrna.
Well, Coach Tom Crawford, who coached Laverne for a long time, he coached in the early 90s up until I think maybe early 2000s. He always said, man, it's just crazy. We can win every game and lose to Smyrna, and people think our season is a failure. But if we could ever beat Smyrna, people are going to think it's success if we don't beat anybody else. And that's true. You just don't know. A lot of these kids know each other. They've grown up together. It's not the same as it used to be, because it used to be a lot of Smyrna residents went to Laverne because of how it was zoned. But now with the creation of Stewart's Creek and Blackman, that's changed things a little bit. So most of Laverne kids are Laverne kids, but still, they still know each other because they come up through the youth leagues together. So there's lots of familiarity. So, yes, nothing would make Laverne's season better than beating Smyrna.
Absolutely. Again, that's WGNS game tomorrow night. Danny will be there. Rod and the crew will be there. We'll talk later about the other games. But, Danny, thanks for taking the time to give us a holler tonight. I know you're a little bit busy with things going on down there. Are you going to feed the boys tomorrow night?
Yeah, if they'll show up, all they got to do is come down there, come to the Stadium Club. Rod, I'm just telling you, if those other jokers don't want to come down, forget them. Come on down, all right?
I'll tell them I have to go to the restroom, and I'll go that way.
There you go. Come on down there.
Unless I have to go to the restroom.
So Rod's going to take you up on it, Danny. Trust us.
Yeah, we'll come on down there. We'll have a little Bean Brothers barbecue. Rooster Bean, former Dallas Cowboy, he's going to be in there chefing it up and having some really good food for us and all that. So come on down there and enjoy. And I encourage all folks, if you want to see some good football, come out to Smyrna High School tomorrow night. And you can catch the Rumble in North Rutherford County.
All right. Thank you, Danny. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, talk a little baseball.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Life changes, then it changes again. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. A job loss, change in health.
The frustration many are feeling is real and justified. Kenneth Barrett said that after the county commission denied raises for deputies this year, and as sheriff, fair pay will be a top priority.
We need to figure out how we can get ours comparable to other agencies and start communication with the county commission to try to get less steps at a higher percentage.
With nearly 30 years at the sheriff's office, Barrett brings servant leadership, accountability, transparency, and fairness. Learn more at KennethBarrettForSheriff.com.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, J.M. Stewart Treasurer.
Unity and ensuring deputies and the community feel valued. His mission is simple: to serve with confidence and competence every day.
I'm Kenneth Barrett, runner for Rutherford County Sheriff. I'd appreciate your vote.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Treasurer J.M. Stewart.
Clark's Auction Company will get you top dollar for your property.
Auctions are easy, fast, and profitable.
I've always been a big fan of auctions. Get instant sale, no contingencies.
That means the sale of your property won't depend on an inspection, financing, or appraisals.
I've known the guys over there my entire life.
Call Parks Auction and Realty or visit parksauction.com.
Clark's Auction Company will get you top dollar for your property.
Parks Auction Company, committed to auction excellence.
Sold it to you, 27.5.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA. Live your best life.
Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees on 1019, 100.5, 1450, wgnssports.com, and Big G TV.
We're back. We're going to talk a little baseball. World Series coming up. Starts tomorrow night in Toronto. Rod, just go ahead on the front end. Make your pick. How many?
Dodgers in 6.
6. I'm going Dodgers in 5. I think they'll get one in Toronto because Snell's pitching tomorrow night, and he's just been lights out.
Right.
And then I think they'll sweep them at home. We were talking during the break about Ohtani. 6'3", 210 is what they've got listed on the Dodgers, but he has been doing things that nobody's ever done.
That's most definite. I mean, talk about how hard he throws as a pitcher. I mean, how much control he has. And he hadn't pitched in 13 games, and he's on probably, pitched about 6 games this year, 6, 7,
Yeah.
something like that. And he didn't pitch at all last year. And to do it at that level, but then have the speed that he has, and then the power that he has.
So that night that we talked about, 3 home runs, 1 out of the park literally. Pitched 6 innings, 2 hit ball, 10 Ks.
Right.
And you said he hit the speedometer at what?
He was over 100 on that first inning. He struck out. He walked. I think he walked the first batter, struck out the next 3, over 100 miles an hour, hitting the corners. Struck all 3, just powered by him. Comes up, then hits a home run on first. He's the first batter. He hits a home run, 449 feet. But that was nothing what he was going to do next time he batted. He hit 4, like Clark said, 469 out of the stadium.
And I went to Dodger Park 2 years ago. It was miserable because felt like 1,000 degrees, and to hit anything out of a park is just incredible.
And the look of the Dodgers' faces is like their mouth went, oh my.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Rod. I said, I love watching the fans and the players react because they're professionals. I mean, they're the best of the best to be awestruck by what he did that night. And I told Rod, I said, who's going to start the discussion, when you talk about Ruth and Maris, and if you want to forget the drugs, McGuire and Bonds and Socha and all the people you put on your list of greatest of all time, because you think batters, all right? So then you think pitchers. Ruth was the only one that was
right
pitching and hitting back in his day.
Yeah, he started out as a pitcher and then worked his way in, so they phased it out. And the only one that I've seen that had he had good power and such a great athlete, was just a pure pitcher, but the pitchers did bat, was Bob Gibson. I mean, he was a power pitcher. He played with the Harlem Globetrotters. I think he's the only one that's hit a home run and struck out as many as Ohtani did, but he only hit 1. He didn't. He was not like Ohtani.
Right.
I mean, 3 home runs. And there's nothing like him.
Yeah, because he's got 55 home runs, 102 RBIs on the season. So yeah, I mean, when I was there at Dodger Stadium, it was all about him. I mean, everything they were promoting, the crowd, a lot of, crowd from his country and local Dodger fans from there. It was a sight to see. I was still hoping for Seattle to pull it off.
Yes.
I mean, to lose on that 3-run homer late in the game was heartbreaking.
And then the old injured George Springer comes up. He's been a hero for the Astros several times in the playoffs, and he still got it. He's been struggling a little bit because he's hurt. I think he got hit in the knee or something with the pitch.
I'm not sure, but I remember he's been hurt, yeah.
And
that's right, because they're the ones that they booed him, didn't they? Was that series they booed him because he got hurt and stuff or come off the field? I can't remember exactly, but
yeah.
But I mean, to pull that out, and the only good thing about Toronto, again, if you want to get into it, it's the United States versus Canada's team. You can get into that. I didn't know Don Mattingly was a coach on the Blue Jays.
I know. I didn't know. That's the thing. I don't know much about Seattle and much about Toronto. I really enjoyed getting to see Kyle Riley.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize. I knew he was hitting home runs,
right?
But I didn't realize he was such a good catcher.
Yeah.
And they said he's probably, since Molina's gone, he's probably the next best for his controlling the pitching staff, the defensive play of it as well. But the only thing is, here he's hit over 60 home runs this year. Combining regular season, he hit 60, and he's going like 62, 63. To have that kind of power still, as tough and as physical as the catching game is, it wears your legs out, but you're also getting pounded all the time. Your body's taking a beating.
Yeah. So take your pick. United States, Canada, Dodgers payroll, Toronto.
That's the only thing that makes you think, well, I might root Toronto because of the budget.
The budget.
That the Dodgers
Are you
have.
a Mookie fan because he's local?
Right.
You got to take your picks, people. I mean, I like Ohtani. I really enjoy watching. You enjoy watching greatness, no matter what the sport
right.
is.
And then you Braves fans, you got Freddie Freeman there.
Freeman's
a lot of
in it
people
again.
really like him.
Yeah. So
And a lot of it I go by I've got Tommy Edmonds. He's done very well from the Cardinals. So, you look for players on a teams they are and follow them.
Right. So maybe it'll go longer than 5. You got 6. We'll see. Like I said, if it goes 6, that means it's got to go back to Toronto because first 2, Toronto, next 3 in L.A., then back get to 6 to Toronto. All right, let's talk about some teams that aren't winning very well. We'll start, of course, with the Tennessee Titans. Just think when you think you saw it all, the Titans were ahead 10-3 in the first quarter, which hasn't happened in a long time because we've been outscored 47-9 in the first 6 games. But about 15 seconds of the ball game, did you watch any of that, Rod?
I did.
I caught a little of it, not all of it, because I get frustrated.
I tape it and go back and forth.
The Patriots touchdown, we get the ball, and then the Ward, just slipped out of his hand.
Yes. It's 2 games in a row he's done that.
Yeah, that's what Nolan was talking about. Like, this ain't the first time he's done that. So
it reminds me of the quarterback we had last year. Crazy stuff.
Some people are getting really frustrated with him being the number 1 pick. Now I get it. My son keeps trying. See, that's a good pass. Dad, that was a good pass. Well, it may be a good pass, but we're still not winning. So the question becomes, of course, is it too early to start talking about tanking? Well, I don't know if we have to worry about starting tanking because we can't win, period.
We can't get out of the tank.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about, throwing games because we're not worried about throwing games. We're trying to win games, it seems like. It was 17-13 at halftime. You thought, well, at least we're in it. And I was worried Vrabel would just run it up on us. Well, it didn't matter. We kind of just, like I said, gave them those points. Titans head to Indy this week. And then the other little side note I wanted to mention, if you're a pro fan, well, the Preds aren't even better. The Preds are in last place now. They won their, opening game and tied their second, but they've lost 4 in a row. So, Nashville fans, you need to worry about and start cheering for the team. I'm going to talk about next because I have never, Rod Edwards, watched an entire Vanderbilt football game, but I did Saturday.
And you enjoyed it, didn't you?
I was amazed. Well, I enjoyed it. Then I started dreading it because I know Tennessee's got to play him at the end of the season. Pavia, like him or not, just like there's certain players, I know there's certain players people don't like, but do you not like them because of who they are or because they're not on your team? Because if they're on your team, you probably would like them. Pavia's one of those guys. A lot of people don't like him, but gosh, and I'm happy with the quarterback, the play that we've had overall. We'll get to Aguilar in a minute. Pavia threw 160 yards, scored a touchdown, ran for 2 touchdowns, 86 yards. He's still their leading rusher. Vanderbilt is 6-1 for the first time since 1950.
Yes.
Beat LSU. They're not beating, Louisiana Tech. They beat LSU.
Right.
Put 31 on them. LSU's been holding people to about 12 points a game in Vanderbilt. I guess we need to stop saying that, but Vanderbilt put 31 points on LSU.
And I tell you, he's great. It seems like he can make the play when it has to be made. That's the
and
big part of it.
His receivers did. His tight ends caught everything they threw.
Right.
So,
But to me, though, the thing I really see different that makes them better this year is their line. Their offensive line play is very physical. Their defense is very physical. They're a very physical team. It's just like hard work, get your pail, go to work, and just grind it out.
Well, I don't want to have a Pavia crush, but I got one now. He's so elusive. You look at him, 5'10", maybe. He was running away from people. He made people look silly trying to tackle him. Again, I'm having nightmares for the Tennessee game coming up. Vanderbilt's playing so well, they're up to 10 in the AP poll. And ESPN and Game Day is coming to Nashville this weekend if you'd like to go down there and visit.
Do you think that would have even been possible a year ago?
Oh, years
Nobody
ago.
would have even thought about
Has
it.
Game Day ever been to Nashville? I'm not sure if they have.
No.
I don't know. They host number 15 in the AP, Missouri. Missouri needs – now here's the problem I got. Missouri needs to lose because I don't like Missouri. And Vanderbilt, please don't not beat Missouri this week. I'm actually rooting for you again. So big game Saturday. That game's at 2:30 on ESPN. I know my boss is heading down there. He's so excited about Vanderbilt hosting game day.
That's going to be a good game. Missouri's tough too.
It's going to be.
They're much like Vanderbilt. I mean, they're very physical. Their key one is their running back.
Mhm.
Very tough runner.
Yeah, they like to pound you, but Vanderbilt's linebackers are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked before. They got another Patterson boy down there. I think the last one, but he's down there. Speaking of down, Tennessee went down in Tuscaloosa to Alabama. We couldn't do anything with Ty Simpson. 19 of 29, 253. Led 2 touchdown drives of 90-plus yards. Alabama become the only team in SEC history, thanks Tennessee, to beat 4 straight ranked opponents with no open dates. 4 in a row ranked opponents. First time ever. So the play, if you watch that game, right before halftime, I saw it coming. And if I saw it coming, Rod, everybody else in the world, especially Alabama's defense, saw it coming.
Yes.
The way we lined up, the expectation, when that tight end kind of slid out there, I was like, oh no. And then he threw it on the inside, and it made it worse. And then he went 99 yards right before the half. And Bishop, all I needed, I was like, just push him out of bounds, And he tried to tackle him. And I was like, why are you trying to tackle him? The halftime, if you just pushed him out of bounds, it wouldn't have mattered.
Right. Time's
That
up.
was all I was hoping for. Just push him out of bounds. So instead of being 16-14 at the half, it was 23-7. And, we didn't do anything really to scare them much in the second half. First time we did not score 30 points this season, and the first time we did not get a sack this season.
Which that really hurts. They really are struggling defensively.
Oh.
I mean, they've given up a lot of points, and that's different than what we've had. And we got the same defensive coordinator, right?
Well, we're giving up points. And it's not usually penalties. We're just giving up yardage. Our DBs are young. We've missed our 2 top ones, but I mean, you can't keep saying that every week. It's like the Titans can't say certain things. You can't. That's the way it is. You play with who you play with.
That's life.
That's right. Aaron Carter, our boy from Smyrna, he's on the injured list for this week. Hopefully he'll be good enough to play. Tennessee goes to Kentucky. Kentucky played really well against Texas last week. I'm nervous about that game. Every game seems like Tennessee you're nervous about.
Well, I think Kentucky is always in the past. They've been pretty physical, and they've really had a good running game against Tennessee and been successful. Years even when they weren't that strong, it seemed like they've always given a little bit of fits with the running game.
Well, like I said, it's going to be a night game, thank goodness, so I can see it. But if they don't play better, they lose to Kentucky, it's going to get ugly in Tennessee Vol land. That is for sure. We're going to come back, take a break. We're going to talk MTSU football and a little basketball.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
Pizza. Murfreesboro's favorite pizza is now hiring at all 3 local locations. That's right. We want you to join the Sir Pizza team. Stop in at our East Main, Veterans Parkway, or Memorial Boulevard locations and let us know how you'd like to join the Sir Pizza family. Also, we've made it even easier to order for carryout or delivery. Just head on over to sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
If you need concrete work done, who would I call? Dan France Concrete. Here's why. He's local. He attended Walter Hill Elementary, Oakland, and MTSU. He served our community as a school resource officer for 9 years, and he's involved in the community.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Dan France Concrete is a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. Check out danfranceconcrete.com online to see some of their work.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
Looking for the best Blue Raider gear in town? Raider Tees has you covered. From stylish apparel and hats to unique MT-themed gifts and accessories, we've got everything a true Blue Raider fan needs. Whether you're headed to the game, shopping for a fellow fan, or just want to show off your Middle Tennessee pride, Raider Tees is the go-to spot. Stop by 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS, and check out our unbeatable selection. Raider Tees, bigger, better, and go blue.
Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees on 1019 100.5, 1450 wgnssports.com and Big G TV.
All right, we're back. Let's talk MTSU sports, and we're going to turn it over for that Chip Walters report.
Everybody, and let's talk Blue Raider football. Middle coming up just short in another midweek Wednesday night thriller, falling 31-28 to Delaware in its second Conference USA midweek contest at Delaware Stadium. The Blue Raiders fall to 1-6 overall, 0-4 in Conference USA. The Blue Raiders have lost their last two games by just a total of 5 points. Their last three by a total of 13 points. Nick Vattiato had a big night, though, as he threw 3 touchdowns on the night, going 31 of 50 and hitting different receivers, 9 different receivers throughout the night. Najee Cox and Hunter Tipton and Jones each all found the end zone for the Blue Raiders. Jaquel Middlebrook led the Blue Raider rushing attack with 68 yards and a touchdown on 11 carries. The Blue Raiders had penalty issues once again, including one big penalty that allowed a Delaware drive to continue into the end zone when they were scheduled to punt. So, again, some things that must be worked on and eliminated as the Blue Raiders look to get ready for Jacksonville State coming in here next Wednesday night. And, again, a reminder, and we'll keep reminding you of this, for the kids, it'll be a great night to dress up. There's going to be costume contest just 2 nights before Halloween, and there will be trick-or-treating at the stadium. So we'll be giving you all the details on that as we continue along. Wrapping up the week in Conference USA football, Tuesday night, Kennesaw State blasted FIU 45-26. Western Kentucky in overtime beat Louisiana Tech 28-27. Last night, in addition to Middle Tennessee's 3-point loss at Delaware, Missouri State had to go overtime, and they defeated New Mexico State on the road 24-17. So, with that being said, the standings in Conference USA look like this. Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State tied for first at 3-1, or 3-0 rather. Western Kentucky 4-1. Then Missouri State and Liberty 2-1. Louisiana Tech and Delaware 2-2. FIU and UTEP 1-2. New Mexico State 1-3. Middle 0-3, and Sam Houston is 0-4. News out of the Conference USA office, Middle Tennessee will serve as the host institution for the Conference USA Tennis Championships April 15 through 19 of 2026. The Middle Tennessee enters the 2026 season following another dominant campaign, defeating number 2 Liberty 4-love in the 2025 championship matchup. Middle will continue to be a key host site in the league's championship rotation. The Blue Raiders are also slated to host the 2026 Conference USA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. That'll be May 15th through 17th, 2026. So a couple of big Conference USA championships in spring sports will be coming to Murfreesboro. Of course, obviously the football championship game will be going to the top seed in the standings. Conference USA basketball this year will be going back to Huntsville for a 3rd straight year. That has been a huge success for the league. And congratulations to Abby Lee, a grad student in women's golf. She's been named a top 30 honoree for the 2025 NCAA Woman of the Year Award. The association announced that yesterday afternoon. Lee, who received the President's Award at the 2025 Raiders' Choice Awards, embodies the true spirit of a student-athlete, excelling on the course, in the classroom, and throughout the community, despite all of the challenges that life has thrown her. We'll give you more info on that coming up tomorrow. That's our report for this Thursday. Have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow here on the Big G, WGNS.
All right. Thank you, Chip. Again, tough loss for MTSU. Schedule still doesn't get easier. Next week, again, Wednesday night, Jacksonville State, sitting at first in Conference USA. I mentioned I want to talk a little bit about basketball. MTSU women have their first exhibition game coming up this Sunday at 1 o'clock against Fisk. And then they'll turn around on Tuesday and play a team called Life. Never heard of them. At 6:30. So you can get early looks at the Lady Raiders before their season starts. And then I'll jump to another game on Sunday, and you can watch this one on TV, and I'll probably watch it. The Tennessee men host Duke on ESPN2 Sunday night at 6 o'clock. Sold out exhibition game, which you never hear of.
It's like we're in mid-season, the two top teams coming together.
Well,
I think everybody's anxious for the basketball season. You think about it, we've had both our men's and women's have done very well into the playoffs, and that gives you excitement.
It does. It's hard to believe, but we'll be flipping the calendar next Saturday to November, and we'll be falling back on the 2nd with the time, which drives me crazy. All right, let's talk high school football. Last week, a lot of blowouts. Blackman 35-7 over Smyrna. Riverdale 37-0 over Siegel. Oakland won their game against Laverne, had a running clock early. Probably the best game of the night, Rockville 39, Tullahoma 38 in overtime.
Yes, I was going home from our game that we broadcast. We got done early at Riverdale. That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Because the time before, we got home about 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big rain night. But I was listening to, they picked up the Coffee County Thunder football, the ball at the 31-yard line, 8 seconds to go. They got it down to like the 5. Then they scored with 1 second left. Then they went for 2. No, they tied it up, went in overtime, and then Tullahoma scored on the second play on the overtime, and they kicked their extra point, and then Rockville went in, scored, and then they scored a 2-point conversion to win the game.
It took a lot of guts to go for 2 there in that first overtime as well. And you mentioned earlier, Rockville's getting better.
They are. And what's key about this one is Rockville's had trouble in really tight games in the past couple years, and then this year also is blowing it at the end. And this is the first time I can think of that they've been, it looked very dire. When you're 31 seconds left, you're on the, it was 8 seconds left, you're on the 31-yard line. You don't expect it, and you're down by a touchdown.
And everybody knows what you're trying to do.
That's right. So they got it. And I guess the kid got out of bounds, caught the pass, got out of bounds, and then they had time, one more play, 1 second left, they scored, tied, and then you end up winning in overtime. And so that's something that can really give you confidence.
Well, and there's a big game at Rockville we'll talk about in a minute. Riverdale coming over to Rockville tomorrow night. Other games, Stewart's Creek got a win playing Knoxville Webb. Middle Tennessee Christian defeated Tipton Rosemark. And so couple of good games, a lot of blowouts. I guess I was really surprised also. Eagleville 44-7 over Huntland on the road. That really helped Eagleville's standings in their region. Kind of puts them in play where they're out of the region play next week, tomorrow night, against Zion Christian. They play a huge game at Fayetteville in their last game. So let's talk about TOA. TOA, our Orthopedic Alliance highlight. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, the largest and most comprehensive orthopedic surgery group in Middle Tennessee. Who you got, Rod?
Well, I've got a couple of quarterbacks that I'm going to put 2 of them, and they're going to be facing off this coming
I got
week.
a feeling I know where you're going.
Yeah, okay. I'm talking about Jonathan Hamby. He's quarterback for Rockville. Had 317 yards, 5 touchdowns.
On just 18 completions.
18 completions, I think, out of 26. But then you also have Mr. Hampton from Riverdale, and he had let's see, was it 8 out of 12?
He had 5 touchdown passes. I know that.
Yeah, 5 touchdown passes, 176 yards passing. So you have 2 quarterbacks. So this is going to be an air raid.
Oh my
between
goodness,
both of them.
that's probably why
the Air Force is going to be flying.
That's probably why Brian decided not to go to that game. He's glad to go down to Smyrna, because if they're throwing it all night long, that game might take all night long.
And that's the truth.
I mean, it's just the way it happens. I'm going to give a shout out to Cason Puffer at Eagleville, a little friend of mine, 4 receptions, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns, who came from his quarterback, Benton Fox, 8 of 10, 159, 3 touchdowns, rushed for 2 as well in that big win over Huntland. So those are our Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance highlight young men in football. Find out more at TOA.com. All right, let's take a quick look. We've already mentioned a little bit. Massive game possibly tomorrow night over at Rockville. Can Rockville get the win and try to get ahead of Riverdale for that 3rd place spot? Because we're pretty much set, Rod. It's Oakland, Blackman. Riverdale and Rockville are kind of fighting over 3rd and 4th. Now, Riverdale's got to go to Oakland, but, I mean, right now everybody's saying Oakland's the juggernaut that they are. So this game tomorrow night's huge. Yeah,
you got a team that has done very well since their Blackman loss. You know, that was a very tight game.
It was.
And, you know,
they've won 5
come down
in a row.
to one play, and they didn't complete it. Could have even won it if they got the 2-point conversion.
Right.
You know. And since then, they have really played well. The offense has really been on fire. I think they averaged 35 points a game.
Yep.
Defensively, they only allowed 10 points a game. And so they're the team that you look at it, well, they got the record, they're the one. But then you got one that's starting to move up. You know, you got momentum going too.
Right.
So you got one that's been steady, high level, and one's momentum coming up. And Rockville is improving. You can see it. They're more physical. They're taking on the character of their coach. And he came from a program that they've been very successful. In fact, Riverdale knows about that, dealing with playing in the county.
Went down there and got beat.
And that was a 5A school too.
Yep. So big game tomorrow night over at Rockville. Stewart's Creek's on the road. They're going to face the Oakland Patriots. Oakland's giving up just 4.3 points a game, which is just amazing with 5 shutouts in their 8 games. Blackman's on the road at Siegel. Win would keep Blackman alive for a region title, top 2 seed. A Stars victory would put them in a position to potentially claim a 4th playoff berth. So huge possibility for Siegel if they can get their offense going.
Yes, and that's what they're going to do, because they've only scored 21 points in the last 4 games. So that's where they've really been struggling. They've been a really steady defensive team, but last week in their game, really what hurt them is they couldn't get off. Their offense couldn't move the ball, and the defense was on the field too long. And then they just, you see them wear down. Because they first 2 series, they stopped them. You know, they had progressed down, but they were able to stop some drives, you know, on 4th down. But then you could saw them wilt. So they need to get that offense going to even have a chance against Blackman.
We've already talked a little bit about Laverne at Smyrna tomorrow night. Again, WGNS game, countdown to kickoff. Y'all guys will be on around 6:30 or so with all the pregame stuff. Game kicks off at 7. PCA is going on the road to Concord Christian. They're trying to, this is a region game for them. They would really like to win to make that PCA MTCS game as big as it's going to be next week.
Yeah, and since we're broadcasting on Friday, that would make it even better. To make more excitement, they really get pumped up. We have the 2 local. Now I got another rivalry, you know, the 2 local ones. We have the oldest rivalry coming up next week on Thursday.
Yep.
Riverdale and Oakland. This week we have the 2nd oldest one, and then we'll have the youngest one. And I guess that would be the DeJarnett battle.
The Battle of DeJarnett. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So hopefully PCA will get the win on the road. And finally, we mentioned Eagleville taking a break from region play. They're heading to Zion Christian. Zion Christian sitting at 3-5. Good chance to Eagleville again to get ready as they head to Fayetteville. As far as picks are concerned, everybody's pretty consistent on everything because we think the game, Smyrna, Oakland, Riverdale, Blackman, Eagleville. Rod went with Asheville because Middle Tennessee Christian's on the road. PCA, we all went with Tennessee. Gosh, I hope we're right. You and I went with Missouri.
Yes.
I'm just worried to death for Vanderbilt.
I think I got to have an upset somewhere so I can gain some ground.
I'm okay if I lose that one. I really do mean that. I hope Vandy wins, but I'm like, I just got a feeling. And, of course, nobody thinks the Titans can go to Indy and win there. Brian is still sitting atop the league standings. Rod's right behind him with Bill 2 games back. John's 4 games back, and I eked up 1 game behind John. I'm trying to climb the ladder, Rod, just a little bit. And
got to start, push that one.
And I'll be honest, Vol fans, I picked Alabama. I just knew it, and I picked Vanderbilt. I was not happy about either one of them, but that's what I did. All right, what I got to do now is take a break. We'll come back and talk about WGNS this weekend.
Head over to J. Mullins Jewelry to check out their selection of rings, watches, custom design jewelry, and much more. They're a local business located at 352 West Northville Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. They have gifts for all occasions, weddings, graduations, anniversaries, whatever you need, you can find it at J. Mullins Jewelry. That's at 352 West Northville Boulevard or online at mullinsjewelry.com.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
The large majority of our kids are involved in athletics or extracurricular activities, one or the other, and most are doing multiple activities.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
And that's a great preparation for life. How many of us in our life are just doing one thing? So a well-rounded student is a huge deal.
Invest in your child's future in a Christ-centered environment with many athletic and extracurricular choices.
Without a doubt, our students have the opportunity to be involved in multiple activities.
To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees on 1019, 100.5, 1450, wgnssports.com, and Big G TV.
All right, we're going to wrap this show up tonight on WGNS this weekend. Again, tomorrow night, 6:30. It's a countdown to kickoff with the boys. And then Smyrna Laverne football from Smyrna High School. Saturday, it's the Coaches Show. You can listen to all your coaches, starting with Riverdale, talking about their game against Rockville, followed by Smyrna, Blackman, Laverne, Oakland, Sturge Creek, Rockville, Siegel, Eagleville, and then ends with Middle Tennessee Christian Cougar Corner. On Monday, it's the Derek Mason Show. He'll talk about the Delaware game and get you previewed for their game coming up Wednesday night that Chip talked about on Wednesday, October 29th. That game will be on WGNS starting around 5 o'clock. So, again, we've talked about it, Rod. Next week's a little weird because of Halloween.
Yes.
And so we got quite a few games next Thursday night.
Right.
And we'll be at Riverdale, Oakland.
Right.
And then Friday night, we'll be over it's at Middle Tennessee Christian.
Right. It's Middle Tennessee Christian.
It's at Middle Tennessee Christian.
We were there last year, too. It's a good place to do a game.
So, I mean, high schools had to do a few games this year on Thursday because of the referee, umpires, however you want to call it, situation, not having enough. So I'm happy not to be playing on Halloween, just to be honest.
Right.
But, I mean, talk about, like I said, 2 really good games. And we were talking off air about all the possibilities because, I mean, there's still Rockville, Siegel, Smyrna. They're all kind of right there with 2 games to go. Can somebody upset somebody?
Well, then you got Riverdale if they beat Oakland. Now you got Riverdale, Oakland, and Blackman. All 3 are 1-1 against the 3 of them.
Yep.
You know. And
then you got to get into that tiebreaker situation, which would be kind of fun because nobody wants that, but the coaches don't. Yeah. But it'd be kind of fun for us to see.
It makes it exciting.
So it makes it all work out. Yeah. But I will tell you, just like most years, we're going to fight through each other. But I don't think anybody in the other region wants to play any Rutherford County teams.
No. Remember last year, Blackman was 4th seed, and they went and beat number 1 Green Hill.
They sure did, and we'll hope it happens again. All right, what'll happen again next week? Next Thursday night, we'll be here at 5 o'clock.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Mostly clear skies expected for tonight as temperatures fall back to around 38. Then for the day on Friday, mostly sunny as temperatures top out in the upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Regina Kroll from the WGNS Rutherford Weather Center.
Right now, it's 68 degrees.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network. WGNS Murfreesboro. W270AF Murfreesboro. W263AI Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Whether it's a cough, a fever,
or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know. With digital check-in and multiple locations around town,